Hi you guys, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to do a shop my stash video. The Laurel Skin video will be up next week. I had a little bit of a cold last week and so I'm not feeling 100%, and I know that the Laurel Skin video I'm going to want to talk, and so I want to make sure that I have my full voice and I'm feeling closer to my normal self before I do that one, but that will be up next week. And today, like I said, we're going to do a shop my stash video because it's always good to go back and see what you haven't been using recently, and I definitely have a few products that I haven't used in a long time, so I'm excited to pull them out and play around with them today. I have completely bare skin. The only thing I have on is a little bit of lip balm, and then I have some Wildfires skin food around my nose just because from the cold it got kind of chewed up and was really red and irritated, so I want to try and mitigate some of those dry areas so that foundation doesn't cling to it. But I am going to be using a combination of foundation that's great when you have dry skin. I wouldn't use the Gressa Minimalist Foundation on its own when I have dry skin, just because I do find that it clings to certain dry areas, especially if you have like flaky dry skin. But a combination of their Nourish Purifying Oil and the Gressa foundation works great for my dry skin. So I'm just giving this a really good shake because I haven't used it in a while. I really pretty much exclusively have been using the Kjaer Weis foundation in Weightless. It's just like a really great shade for me, and I just find that it works really well if you want to just do concealing certain areas. So for example, like I have a lot of concentrated pigmentation on my cheeks and chin, but then the rest of my face is pretty clear, so I don't like to apply foundation all over if I can avoid it, and the Kjaer Weis foundation makes it really easy to put it just in certain patches. So I've either been using that or the Vapor foundation, the Luminous foundation, if I want more of like an all over foundation with a little bit less coverage, but otherwise it's just been the Kjaer Weis foundation. So I'm really excited to be playing around with this guy again. Oops, I applied way too much. I'm definitely gonna need to take some of that off, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of the Nourish Purifying Oil. I'm going to do 2 drops because I have a decent amount of foundation here. I'm going to be careful to keep my hand as level as possible. You can see it's starting to drip off. And then I'm just going to mix those 2 together. And I am using the Gressa brush with this, and because this is a lighter shade, I'm going to start in the center of my face and then work my way out, and then kind of use a bronzer to color correct. I just really love how these 2 apply together. You still get a lot of coverage, but it feels a little bit lighter, and you still have that like really luminous glow. So like I said, this is a pretty pale shade for me right now, but we're gonna go in with bronzer to kind of warm it up. And you can really see that even though I mixed it with an oil, this is still a very high coverage foundation. I feel like I'm gonna be sniffling in this video. I'm just at like that stage of the cold where it's almost over. I can tell it's almost gonna be gone, but I still have a bit of a runny nose. And I'm being careful not to apply too much around those drier areas like on my nose, so I'm taking time to like kind of really buff it in. Clouds keep covering my sun, so the lighting is driving me crazy, so I look a little bit gray right now, but the sun will come out again, and to counteract that gray in real life and sort of the lightness in real life, I'm going to go in with the Vapor Solar Bronzer in Simmer, and I'm actually going to apply this kind of to the back of my hand where I have that foundation. And I'm going to put a decent amount, and I'm going to combine the 2 products. Never done this before, but just curious to see how it works. So I have them kind of next to each other, and then I'm just going to buff them onto the same brush and get kind of a warmer shade, and start up by my temple and buff that on just to warm this color up a little bit. I still want the lightness in like kind of the middle of my face, but I don't want to look quite as pale. On my jawline, I always love a product that you can mix a whole bunch of different ways. I wish the sun would come out so I look a little bit more my normal color, but I'm going to be a little bit pale and gray for right now, and then the sun will come out and it'll hopefully be fixed. I'm just going to put some brow gel through my eyebrows. I'm pretty much leaving them alone. And then I'm actually going to grab this Ilia eyeshadow palette. This is in the color Prima, so it has 4 shades, and it's kind of like the perfect travel palette. And this is probably the second eyeshadow palette that I bought in Clean Beauty. I had bought the Lily Lolo ones before that, and then I bought this one, and I really like it. It does get a bit messy. It's pretty powdery. I don't necessarily find that there's a ton of fallout when I'm using it on my eyes, but for whatever reason in the palette it gets very, very messy. I still think it's a really great eyeshadow palette, and again, for traveling, it kind of has all those colors that you need. So I'm just going to start by applying the kind of transition matte brown shade, which is Jasper, I believe, all over my lid. The pigment in this palette is really great. I know Ilia came out with a couple of new palettes. I haven't tried those, but if the formula is the same as this one, then I'm sure they're wonderful. Now I'm going to go in with a slightly darker shade. It is a shimmer shade, so if you don't like shimmers in your crease, then don't do this, but I'm going to apply this to the outer corner and just into the start of my crease. Pretty sure the sun's coming. Yep, the sun's coming. I always forget the challenge of filming when it gets colder because I love to use, and the sun's gone. I love to use natural light. I just think it looks so much better than artificial light. But man, when it is kind of cloudy out or it's windy and clouds are moving in the sky, the light changes every 5 seconds and it is so frustrating. So apologies for that, but it's kind of the sacrifice I make for using natural light. Okay, grabbing the rose color now, and I'm doing this all with the same brush, which you don't have to do, but I feel like it just makes it look easier. And grabbing the rose color, I'm just going to press that into the outer half of my lid just to give like a pink tint. I'm just going to keep packing it on until I get kind of the payoff that I want. Can you guys see that sort of purple, pink, rosy hue? It's a really pretty color. It's called Rose Tea. I really like this brush. This is the Zoeva 227 Soft Definer brush because you can use it to pat down eyeshadows like this and it sort of fans out, or you can use it to really blend eyeshadows. So if there was one brush that was my favorite out of the set that I got, it's definitely this one. It's just you can use it so many different ways and it makes applying eyeshadow so easy. Okay, I think that's maybe pink enough. And then going in with just my finger, I'm going to take that last color, which is Moonstone, and I'm going to pop it right in the center of my lid, kind of blend it out. So I'm using 2 fingers for this, my middle finger and my ring finger. Just keeps the look a little bit lighter, and then I'm going to take whatever's left over, just pop it right under my brow bone. Right now, time for a little bit of mascara. This is just the mascara that I'm currently using. It's the Kierra Weiss Lengthening Mascara. Oops. I'm actually going to let that dry that I just got on my skin because this is a mascara that kind of like flakes off instead of smudging. So if you let it dry, it's super easy to get it off of your eyelid or your face. You can see how easy that was to remove and it doesn't leave a smudge or anything. I'm going to take a little bit underneath my eye as well, so I'm just going to go in with a smaller domed brush and I'm going to take that brown color and just go around the outer third of my eye towards the half point. Yeah, I'm just really impressed by these shadows. I always forget how much I like them. Now I'm just taking a little bit of the purple pink color and just going over top of that. Okay, I had a little sneezing fit off camera and now I'm back. And I'm going to apply a little bit more bronzer now that I have my eyes done. You can kind of see how much I need. I'm just applying straight from the bullet. And the great thing about this product is that it's so blendable and it remains blendable for a lot of time. So you don't have to worry quite as much about, applying it and blending it right away. I can kind of do my whole face and then go back in and blend it. Again, just taking that same brush I used for foundation and blending it on the top, making sure to get back towards my hairline. And now for blush, I'm going to be going in with the Lily Lolo Ooh La La Mineral Blush. I'm going to be grabbing a little bit on this Zoeva blush brush, and then I'm just using the back of my hand to kind of take off most of it and spread it around the the brush. You can see it just gives a nice glow, but I want to be careful about how much I add. And sometimes I feel like with this brush, it's hard to add the right amount in the areas that you want. So that's why I'm kind of taking it on, taking it off, just so that I have like a nice dusting of it over the brush, but it's not loose on there, so it won't just like fall and sit on my cheek. So I'm going to grab a highlighter now that I rarely ever use, and it is the RMS Beauty Luminizing Powder in Grand Dame. I did a full review on these. I felt like they were a great alternative to RMS's cream highlighters, but I also think that RMS does such great cream highlighters that it's sort of what they're known for. So if you're going to get a highlighter from RMS, I would probably recommend the cream over this one. And Grand Dame ended up being my favorite highlighting color. I gave the other one away just because it didn't work as well for my skin tone. I forget the name of it. And then I do still have the bronzer. But I'm just taking a little bit of this and applying it to my cheekbones. And you can see it gives a really pretty natural sort of glow. And then for lips, I'm going to be using a 100% pure lipstick, which I haven't used in forever, called Sahara. I'm just going to be dabbing that on. It is a matte shade, so because I do have slightly drier lips from my cold, I'm going to be applying over the top the Velvet Gloss from Vapor and Nomad. I feel like I need a tiny bit more blush, so I'm just applying some more to the apples of my cheeks. Kind of feel like in this light I could apply so much blush and still look like I don't have enough on. It's so blue when the cloud goes over the sun. And there you go. That is the final look. It's not really that dramatic, but it was fun to pull out these products and play around with them a little bit. I definitely think the standouts were the foundation combination and the eyeshadow palette, which I haven't used in a really long time. So I'm happy I pulled them out and played with them, and it was cool to add the bronzer to the foundation to kind of see what would happen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it encourages you to go back and see what you have in your collection that you haven't used in a long time. I'd love to know if there's anything you've forgotten about, so let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I have the very exciting L'Oreal skincare review coming next week, and I will see you all then. So thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for videos always featuring clean, green beauty. And if you're not new to my channel, then just a massive thank you for watching another one of my videos. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is amazing. We'll have a giveaway soon. Super pumped for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye!